Are you going to put a lot of money into your house before you're selling it?
Well, really, it's not. That's not really the real question. The question comes back at how much dollars you get at closing and which ones are you spending because you want to enjoy your home while you're living there. So this is really, who is this for? This is for a family who's might be getting ready to sell. Maybe you're deciding what updates to do before you downsize, or maybe you're just bought this new home and you really want to fix up things and make it to what you want to do. So really understanding which upgrades are worth doing before you sell is helping a lot of people.
Exactly. Therefore, we wanted to tell you that what the home buyers notice first.
Based on 2026 research.
2026 and 2027. And here's the part that almost nobody thinks about it first. Buyers decide how they feel about a house in a few seconds. Exactly when they enter the house, that couple seconds in the beginning, they feel that this is the house that they wanted to live in or not. Therefore, when they enter that front door and coming to the foyer and looking at the layout, that's the time they say, okay, might be the house that might look for.
And I'm just going to quickly add before my husband continues is really, when I did this research, I was surprised at these two answers. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Exactly. Basically, a clean garage door, a solid front door, a siding that looks taken care of, those things tell a buyer the rest of the house has probably taken care of too. Therefore, seems very weird too, the clean garage door, but that is the reality based on the research.
So basically, 8 out of 10 buyers look at the homes on the outside before they even look at the inside. So you want to make sure that you're clickable past that first point. Now, let's talk about, you also need to know, by talking to a real estate agent like us, what are the homes selling for in your neighborhood? And we would have helped our buyers or our sellers in talking about this, because you need to know where that line is going to be when you get to these kind of decisions. But let's talk about the two biggest paybacks of 2026 that I was alluding to earlier. So nationally, according to the national news, there is when we talk about the garage door, if you can have a insulated steel one, that pays you back at a 268% level, more than what you double and what you spend on it, which is crazy because I did not think an insulated steel door was a national thing.
In the garage door.
Yes, garage door.
You barely see in most of the houses. Right behind of it is the front door. A new steel entry door pays back about 216% for selling that house.
So if you are in a last minute situation, neither one of those are big builds. And if that really does help you sell the home, again, we're happy to talk to you about it in more detail. But buyers see it, buyers trust it, and they're not knocking you for those very small things that you might be thinking about. And when you're putting a disclosure, or maybe you want it for your brand new house that you just built. But basically having that there is something that buyers trust, is something to know, because I would not have thought about that. Now, what I do think about more often is the inside of the house. So we're going to talk about the upgrades that you live in that you might get paid for, that might pay you in the future, but might not be immediate, but you want to live in your house and you want to enjoy your house.
Exactly. Basically, you're not chasing a return at this point anymore. You're basically picking the project you actually get to enjoy, why it's paying you back in the future if you decided to sell your home.
Like, hey, homes make us happy. So a small kitchen update, keep your cabinet boxes, reface the doors, put new counters in, mid-range appliances that will pay you back 113%, but that's rare. Most kitchens don't pay you back more than what they cost.
Exactly. A regular bathroom update basically pay back about 80%. A wood deck pays back almost 95%, and a composite deck about 89%, and a new siding pays back 114%.
And if you want to think about putting stone on the front of the house, that's almost 280%. That's almost as good as a garage door, but that can be pricey. Now, these are 5 projects that are worth your time. Now, when you're talking about what makes curb appeal, those math might work for you. But really, let's talk about what I want to talk about all along. The upgrades that we do because we want it, because we want to be happy. And we want to make some money back in the future, but we want to be happy in our home.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with wanting it. You just wanted to go and knowing that what it is exactly, the money spent on your own happiness, not the money, and also might not be a money that pay you back at the closing table.
Right. Now, understand a full kitchen tear out with custom cabinets and real stone or real granite or real quartzite or Taj Mahal quartzitine, which is, I can't even say it right, but that is the 2026 trend. That's really going to pay you back about 51 to 50 to 52%. It's going to cost more, but you're going to get that kitchen that you really want if you're living there.
Exactly. A spa bathroom with a steam shower, a big spa bathroom with the steam shower and a soaking tub pays you back around 42%.
And the pool itself, many people tell me that we actually don't have a lot of pools in our area, but when we do see pools, we understand you built it because your family's going to use it and they're going to love it and they're going to have fun with it every summer, not because it's going to pay you back. These are your calls and your understanding, and you understand what it is that makes you happy. And
exactly. And basically, you are buying years of enjoying your house, as my wife said, not the equity. And that's worth knowing going in, that what is the purpose of picking up any of these updates or upgrades into your house.
Now, maybe since you do live in our area, there are HOA rules and there are permit rules, especially if we're talking about outside of our home. So you might need to actually understand what those rules are before you do anything to your home, just as this disclaimer. But really, you want to know your timeline at the end of the day, because you're not going to put it in a pool and then move 90 days, because that's just never going to happen. You're not building it for somebody else, but you're building it because you want it and you're going to live in it a few years and you want your family to enjoy the pool. So how do you look at those? How long it really comes down to how long you plan on staying in the home. What is the project timeline? And you can't spend in the wrong place if you're going to be there for a while. But if
exactly. And then still also you need to think about how in the future, how many years from now in the future you're going to sell this home. That could be in the back of your mind, not that you're going to sell it today, but thinking of it.
Right, so maybe if you are selling in the next couple years, really focus on that outside. Making sure the outside really looks good is going to pay you back the most, and it's going to take the least amount of time, because again, it's something you can still use and enjoy, but it's got there. But what happens if you're staying a little longer?
If you go, for example, go to 3 to 6 years, that is the window that it could be used for example, a small kitchen update, the regular bathroom, deck, and the side, and things actually that you can enjoy, and still based on the statistic that we gave you is going to pay you back when you're selling your home.
Now, if you're going to stay in your home 7 years or longer, you're going to live, this is your life. You do what you do. You want that step-free shower, you want wider doors, you want that bench in your shower, in your steam shower, whatever it is that you're looking for. As long as you're going to live in the house 7 years or more, and that heating and cooling system or the backup power generator, those will pay you back slowly over time, lowering your bill year over year. Maybe that's the reason you're going to do it, because you're going to stay in your house a while, so now you're trying to figure out what makes you happy, and that is okay too.
Exactly.
But you should also know what buyers want right now.
Exactly. What really exactly the buyers know right now. One of the more things before you pick finishes is basically what the buyers like to have in that house that they are searching for. A new research in the end of 2026 shows the warm wood cabinet have passed painted ones as a top of the pick at 59%, that you might not even thought about it. And plain white oak is the single most requested look that the buyers are looking. This is almost 51%.
Faucets and fixtures have moved away from chrome, and they're going to softer matte or brushed or mixed metal finishes.
And that farmer quieter look is what
warmer
is actually something that catching the eyes of the home buyers, and is, for example, that's what they see in freshly updated kitchen right now.
And you don't need to have a full remodel to do any of those things. Cabinet hardware, that could be a couple bucks. Fresh coat of paint, you're gonna live in it anyway, enjoy. Updated lighting, these are small things, small touches that move the house towards the trends that people like as well. So maybe you're liking the warmer tones of 2026, and that is something that you need to know.
Exactly.
Now, if you are selling your home or you're even thinking about it maybe 5 years down the line, and you really just want to know what the trends are, I follow all that random stuff all the time. So happy to talk about that kind of stuff, because I love talking about homes. I was at Lowe's today.
Exactly, and how exactly affects the value of your home, what exactly means for you, because as we said, any of the project that you take is short term, long term, it affects, but you need to know if you're enjoying, also it pays you back in the future.
So basically, you just have to kind of look at your project. Is it a small project? Is it a middle project where it's going to put some money back in your project when you sell it, and it's not going to break the bank? Or is it one of those big personal projects because your kitchen, your spa bath, your pool are there because you want to enjoy them because it is your life. So whatever it is that you're looking for, really understand that you need to know your timeline in order to understand that. Because if you are buying a home and you're only